everybody, welcome back to another episode of That's Debatable. Today we have a very special guest and we're going to be talking about anything and everything that comes to our mind. So get on the ride and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Let's go! So essentially, when I first started this podcast, I mean, you know this because I told you, but I wanted it to be a space where it was something that my people that follow me can see another side of me outside of just like the story times, the crazy Gaga dance, now Kiwi, because everybody's like obsessed with my bird now.
He's a star.
He's the real star here. And I realized I love doing the podcast because it's so much fun. I really just get to like openly talk. But I mention my friends all the time. I'm like, yeah, me and my friends talk about this. Me and my friends did this. Me and my friends went here. And I feel like it would be so much better to then just have my friends actually come on so you guys can see what it's like to just, one, only be my friend, and two, a little insight of what it's like to just be, I don't know, to just like be living. I don't know. I don't know how to better explain it, but like I want to give people kind of like an inside look of what my world looks like outside of just the clicky clock. And we've been friends for like what? Like 10 years?
Almost. It's coming up.
Yeah, 10 years. And like all the people that we've pretty much known, all the people I know in my life, I've known for over 10 years or 10 years plus. So
we all went to high school.
Yeah, we all went to high school. Some of us went to elementary school together. So it's been like years. So we have a plethora of stories. And there isn't just one story that I can tell that would wrap up our relationship, because our relationship has been going for like 10 years. And even the beginning of it was like tumultuous.
I would say.
Yeah, because, I mean, I don't know. I guess we can kind of get into how.
Well, just to preface, I feel like a lot of great friendships start with people just, hating each other.
Absolutely despising each other. The best friendships are always the ones that it's like, I hated that when I first saw her. Yeah, I don't with her. That's not my girl. And then
we were not girls.
We were not girls. And it wasn't even like we were like beefing.
It was like childish stuff. Like,
it was like childish. Yeah, how old were we? We were like what? 13?
Yeah, it was either
12,
sophomore?
13, 14. Around, at this point, no, we were not sophomores. We were in middle school.
No, we weren't. It was freshman year.
Yes, it was, because, oh my God.
No, you got the timelines wrong.
Yes, no,
freshman year.
Okay, first of all, make that make sense.
It was literally science class.
Okay, but I'd known, okay. See what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, I actually don't even like her now. We first originally met in middle school.
But
right,
I'm saying
so that's
we weren't
what I'm
friends. We weren't like in the same class until we were in freshman year of high school. Because it was in science class.
That's when we first started interacting.
Exactly.
Because they put her in front, because her last name is Martinez. Mm-hmm. My last name is Moreno. So I had the lucky draw of having her sit next to me or close to me in pretty much all the classes.
Yeah.
And she was friends with somebody else that I was friends with. And you guys were like you guys were like actually besties for the resties. Mm-hmm. And that's so I kind of knew of her. But I was never really interested in getting to know Vanessa. And
I don't know why you wouldn't be.
I mean,
I made it here though.
Right. You're still here though. The other girl isn't. And that's just that on that.
But you say, you know what I say.
You know what I say. But no, I feel like we have two versions of how we met. I personally think mine, being the storyteller, is the most accurate one.
To you.
And hers is, whatever she thinks happens. But
I guess we
can kind of get into that. Like, mm-hmm. I don't know. What was your first how do you think it went?
The first time I met you, and you don't remember, it was in elementary school. We used to have like this one day a year that we brought all the field day. We brought all the elementary schools in, played a bunch of games. And I just remember we were in lines, and you were like, you had watermelon nails, and you did yourself, and you were like, oh yeah, you were mad loud. You're like, guys, guess what I did? I did my watermelon nail. You see this? And I was like, oh my God, who is she? But your nails were really nice. Yeah, I will say, that was the first time I ever knew of you, like at all, like saw you, recognized you, any of that.
And not my fan. She goes recognized you. I was starstruck with the nails.
I wouldn't say all that, but yeah. That was the first time, and then afterwards, I specifically remember us in science class. I forgot who the teacher was, but I was in front, and I don't know if you guys know, but I don't know if you guys know, I got really long hair, like,
oh my God,
to this
down
day,
to her.
Really long hair, and sometimes it was just behind me. It was just, it flows, it ebbs. sometimes it gets in the way. But all you have to be like is, hey, your hair's on my desk. But she didn't.
No,
she never. No. You never did that.
Okay.
What she did was, I was on the front row. You were behind me, and this drew on my hair.
It was a Sharpie.
A Sharpie.
A pen wouldn't go on your hair, girl.
You were trying each one of them on a line because she got bored, and I wouldn't feel it because it was in the ends of my hair.
I was trying to give her that look before it was popular. You know when the people like dye the ends of their hair?
Yeah, it was like.
I was trying to do that for you, but fine. Whatever.
Until one time it tugged a little, and I was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" You're like, "I just."
Because what really would happen was I spent months having her I don't understand. It was clockwork for her. She would grab her hair and go like this with it. And because our desks are like directly connected, her hair would just fall on my face. And I'm like, yo, that's
it would not fall on her face.
Your hair's long. There was no distance between us. Like,
yeah,
it was chair, it was desk.
Cap.
It's not. And then you're getting me mad. And she would go like this, and it would like touch my. And I'm like, first of all, that's disgusting. Second of all,
it's hair.
It's not my hair.
I know, but it went in the front of the front of the desk. It did not go on her face. But
front of the desk, regardless, it would go on my desk. It would go on. I don't want it around me. Like I don't want I don't know you. Why is your hair in my vicinity? Mm-hmm. So I let it go. And then again, it kept happening. And then she would just have her hair sit on my desk. I was like, okay, fine. If it's going to sit here, I'm going to do something with it. So I would like had like pens, Sharpies, whatever. And I would just like Sharpie her hair. I would cut it sometime.
What? No, for real? Wait, I think we need to regroup.
Cut the camera.
Because actually,
yes, I would cut it. There was another girl that I did cut her hair, but I would have never cut like big parts of it because I learned my lesson.
But I didn't feel it because my hair was long.
Well, I mean, that you couldn't tell the difference. There was a girl actually though that we went to high school with, or middle school and elementary school, and same thing. Her hair, I don't know, but I was a lot younger, so I was like whatever. But this one, her hair was just like in arm's reach. I just cut. Boom. I cut like a big portion of it off to a point where she had to go cut her hair. And I was like, oh, that was a little I apologize to her though. I was like, I'm sorry. For you though, I just cut the ends off, so it really didn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then I would just swoop it off. I don't know why you didn't see it on the floor.
Bro, this went on for I don't know how long because I didn't notice until, again, I felt a little tug. And I was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, can you not? And you were like, why did you have my hair on my desk?
Like, well, then take your hair off.
And I was like, well, why don't you just let me know? Because you never let me know. You never was like, hey, girl, like.
I did. I was like, yo, your hair's on my desk.
Not once did you ever say that. You just did your stuff.
That's a lie.
And that's where our stories differ from fact to what she thought.
Because I literally was like, dude, your hair.
You never said
hair.
That.
And you're like, oh, sorry. And then does it again. And I'm like, all right, well, now I'm going to cut it. So.
I remember scooting up because I was like, all right, well.
I
scooted up. I was like, we're not doing this again.
Thank God. Like, you never notice if your hair would have, like, red Sharpie in it?
No, because it wasn't noticeable.
Oh. Well,
I didn't feel it.
So it wasn't even that serious. She goes, cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras. I didn't know you cut my hair. That's crazy.
Well, I did. And I'll do it again. Don't put your hair on my desk.
Okay, your hair. How about
that? But, yeah, so, but that wasn't, like, so from that, because we also had mutual friends, we were also always around each other. And it was just like, okay, Vanessa's there. It is what it is. I really was like, Vanessa is just like this like clumsy girl that I was just like, that has way too much hair. I don't want to do with her. And then I don't even know how we actually like started talking though.
I don't know either, because to you, from my perspective of you were just, I remember you being an ultra Demi Lovato stan, and then you would always just like scream and
I was always yelling.
Yeah.
I don't know what was on,
but
I still am.
Yeah, but now it's like,
yeah.
Back then it was like, shut the up.
Back then it was like, you better know not.
But we came to know each other because, again, we had the mutual friendship, so we hung out more, so we talked more. It wasn't like we weren't just together not speaking. Like, we got to know each other gradually, and it was kind of like a slow burn. It wasn't just like,
it wasn't something that like I was like, oh my god, I think we're besties.
Yeah, it wasn't like soulmates. No, it took like a year, like, because we weren't friends until sophomore year. So it was that whole freshman year, that was just us being kind of mutual friends and being in the same like space together.
Yeah. So I guess we were kind of forced into this. If I think that's what we're coming to.
But it's evolved. It's evolved.
No, it's
now
evolved.
You know.
But no, yeah, it's evolved. I think also like I had like my best friend was always friends with you, so I was just like, okay, whatever, she's gonna be around. And then me and my best friend wouldn't talk anymore, and I was like, well, I guess Vanessa's still there. And I was like, so I guess I'll just talk to Vanessa. But then that evolved. I can't believe you brought up my Demi Lovato past. Guys, I was such a Demi Lovato stan. I slept on the New York City ground.
I remember you coming to school talking to us about it.
I took my 2 cousins, slept on the ground, lived my best life, just to see her on like Good Morning America. And she let me down. But whatever, I'm not going to get into that because that's like trauma.
But also, now you guys know, like, you've been into pop culture since back then.
No, but that's the thing. I've always been like the pop culture girl. I don't know. I was always so interested by it. I always like, from Hannah Montana, like, that was just such an interesting thing of like, these people don't live the same way as us. Mm-hmm. And then that's also how I got into conspiracy theories, because oh my god, and I've been posting the conspiracy theories now, and everybody has their own opinions of conspiracy theories.
But it's like fun to talk about. Even in our group of friends, we always talk about, like, it's just fun to know, is it real, is it not,
is it real, is it not, what's happening, it's fun to know. But
and to know other people's perspective on it. I
got eaten up though. Because I don't even know if I should talk about this. Should I?
Vaguely.
I mean, like, vaguely. I guess, like, somebody had something to say about one of the conspiracy theories that I had. Didn't even watch the whole entire thing. At all.
Just a snippet.
But then, again, my best friend, the Stan, was like, shut it down. And I was like, I don't even have to say anything to it. But, yeah, that's why our relationship has come so far. And a beautiful thing to see. Like, we've done like the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, the whatever, the breaks. Like, it's all happened, even like to a moment where it's like, you will be my hype person. Oh my god, should we tell us? I feel like we should just tell the story. So one of my most like memorable, I would say, I have to look at the cameras. I'm looking at literally at the camera.
I've been looking at you the whole time.
Yeah, no.
Hello.
One of the most memorable stories that I think you and I have is our club story. We were in an era of drinking Henny Black.
That's Hennessy really pertinent to the story.
Hennessy Black. It's very important to the story. It is that aspect. This story wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Hennessy Black. If it wasn't for
Miss Henny Black.
I don't know why we decided to start drinking Hennessy.
I remember we were talking about like dark liquors. So I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, everybody was doing Hennessy, and I was like, ooh, what about Henny Black? I don't know which one introduced it, but
I think it was your sister that was like, have you guys tried Henny Black?
Oh yeah, I had it in my house, and we were like, ooh,
we
this
were like
is
Henny
smooth.
Black, because we were like, we want to get into dark liquor.
Yeah,
we want to get into dark liquor, because at that point, I think we were only drinking
we were in a tequila phase.
I
smelled that, and I'm like, ugh.
I smelled tequila, and I want to throw up everywhere. Like, I'm solely vodka. I only drink vodka. That's it. Don't give me tequila. If you give me a tequila shot, I'm gonna throw it back in your face.
I could do
disrespectful.
Resposado.
Huh?
I could do tequila resposado. Is it?
Resposado?
Yeah.
No, I can't. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to be around it. But at that moment, we were really trying to get into Hennessy Black.
Yeah.
And
she's still got a special place in our heart.
She does. On a crazy night when we're like, we really have nothing to lose, we'll swing back a couple Henny Red Bulls. That was crazy though, because we were drinking Hennessy with Red Bull.
Yeah. You can imagine.
You can, like, that alone is a story within itself. And we were getting ready to go out to a club, and at that moment, I was in a very different era of my life. I was very angry for a lot of different reasons, and just so happened the Lemonade album, Beyonce, dropped.
That's what I'm saying. Music is crazy. It comes within the most perfect time of your life. Like, some albums just come in when you like most need it. Like, it's like they're writing to you. Or
like the Thank You Next album.
Yes.
The Thank You Next album was a love letter from Ariana Grande to me.
She
told me. She wrote it for me. She was on the phone. She's like, I'm going to drop something. It's really like personal. Are you okay with it? I'll let you listen to it first. I can't even say it with a straight face. But this one's for you.
Lemonade was like a montage for that whole
event. Yeah, that
event.
was like a montage of what was happening. And
but set the scene. So
should I say I was single?
Uh-huh.
Should I say I was single? I was single, and I was not ready to mingle. And we were going to a club where a lot of our friends are going to go because it was one of my best friend's birthday. And at that moment, my then ex was going to be at the same club. I had told her too. I was like, let's not even tell this story, because I told this story on my TikTok, but I told it very differently.
Yeah,
I told it very differently, and I'm not proud of the way that I told it, but I'm proud of the results though.
And what?
And what about it? No, but went to the club, and my then ex was there, and we went out. Oh my god, we have to go back. We have to go back.
First of all, we had to get the best outfit, because you know when you get girls and you're gonna be the ex, you know what I mean? You gotta have that revenge outfit, that killer outfit of like, ooh, I look good. The killer outfit. I look good. So we went to the mall and we were like literally looking
and I told you, I was like, I want a cat suit. I've always been really into leather. I've been into like leather always, my whole entire life. Leather, black, like the chain. I love it. I love it. Yeah. And I specifically walked into the mall and I was like, I want like a cat suit. Don't know.
And we weren't finding anything. Pulled it out and I was like,
we're at Forever 21 on the sale discount, on the sale rack.
Favorites, babe.
$5 that cat suit was.
And it doesn't even look like it. It looks like it was freaking like $80.
It doesn't. It looks like it's $8. Like you can get it from like Zara for like 100 and something. And she pulled it. She goes, "What about this one?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I think it's this one." And then we went.
They're not ready for it.
They're not ready for it. They're not ready for it. Go into the dressing room, try it on. I come out. I'm like, Vanessa, this is the one.
I'm like, we did it. Come on, go out, do a little spin,
And I was like, right. I was like, this is bright. This is the one. So I'm really feeling myself. I'm like, damn, this is.
Actually, she looked amazing.
Yeah, I was like, this is Gorgina. This is my first outing since I'm a recently single woman. So I was
single ladies in this.
Right. And go to her house.
Pre-game.
And of course, Vanessa's like, I got the Henny Black and Red Bull. And I was like, it's lit. Like, it's a move. Because at that point, we were really only drinking Hennessy in your attic.
Yeah.
Like menaces. Like,
just
for no reason, for no type of reason, we would just go to her attic and just drink Henny Black.
Shots.
Be like, shots and listen to music. We're like, woo, we're having so much fun. Just the two of us.
We had a pregame. I knew what it was. So on my like desk or whatever it was, I put like just shots and Henny Black. I put that album on. We put Lemonade on. It felt like we were in a music video. I swear to God. We were in it. We were like, what's the song where she's like,
don't hurt yourself. He's like, who the do you think I am? And I was like, I for real. No.
You had to be there.
At that point, there was no need to go to the club because we made the club in her room. And
actually.
Literally in the basement, strobe lights, a mirror, Henny Black, Beyonce.
And you know what's trouble? Suit. Yeah, you know what's trouble? Because we already, we came to the club drunk.
We came to the club drunk and... Oh my God, we did.
We came like guns a-blazing.
And again, we're not drunk off of wine. We're drunk off Henny. And when they say anything is possible, anything is possible.
Also, when we drink it, I don't know if you get the same experience, but when I drink it, I'm like, yo, with me.
Literally,
I'm unstoppable, angry. Bro. Yeah. Like
people are like, I get horny.
I get a little angry. No, I'm gonna hold you.
I get
not angry like that. Like just like if something happens to my or anything, I'm like ready, on guard.
I get.
Who we fighting?
Literally.
Actually,
we shouldn't have left the house. Like we did at that moment. We should have not left the house.
But we did.
We should have pumped the brakes a little bit. But we ended up going to the club. We're already a little lit, and it's a huge group of. Oh my God! Ew! Even think. Like I'm getting like my head is about to turn. I'm having like an exorcism right now because I'm like just. Just because the whole entire environment, first of all, I'm like disgusted at the Henny Black thing because I'm like, ugh. But there was just so many of us. There were so many of us.
Yeah. It was like 20 deep.
I was like, who are these strangers? So whatever.
Coming out from the woodwork.
We're there. And we're not even at the peak of the story yet.
Yeah.
We're there and I then start drinking more. And I'm drinking Henny Red Bulls. And I'm dancing. with one of my friends. His name is Lino. And dancing with Lino. And we're like, yeah, whatever. Like, nothing crazy. Just, like, dancing. And for whatever reason, I was wearing, like, 5-inch heels.
Stompers.
Yeah, I was wearing, like, a 5-inch heel. Leather heel. So it matched the leather cap.
It was all leather.
And I then see my ex dancing with somebody. And I was like, I don't think I like that. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kick you in the chest.
No, she actually did, guys.
And then I kicked him in the chest. And then we were about this apart. And I just went, I looked at Lino, and I was like, yo, would it...
He was a real one.
He was a real one. You up. No, he didn't lift me up. I lifted myself up. Okay. I'm athletic. No, I'm not. But for the type of stuff like that, I am. On Henny, I am. And I look at Lino, and I was like, yo, Lino, if I do something crazy right now, will you support me? And he goes, 110%. Do whatever. And I think when he said that, I think he meant like, oh, she's about to hype up the crowd. Nah, I'm about to shut something down real quick. So I was like, all right, Lino, stand still. Grabbed Lino's shoulders, pushed myself up, and kicked him in the chest. I was out in the air, in the middle of the club, in the air, in a cat suit. Boom, kicked him in the chest. And at that point, for all y'all that don't know, I was a competitive dancer for 12 years.
The leg can go that high.
The leg can go that high, and it can go higher. And you're lucky I didn't kick you in the face. I just thought, I was like, all right, I got two options here. I got the chest, I got the face. The face is a little crazy. The face.
We don't want to catch a charge here.
Yeah, I don't want to catch a charge. Like, I don't want to.
It was just a little thing.
That's crazy.
And watching it unfold was crazy. It was like,
yeah. What was your perspective of that?
Because all night, I was trying to be supportive, and like, I didn't see it to the moment I saw your leg go up. I saw your leg go up. I go, no way. And I'm just like trying to see, okay, damage control. What is she doing? What is he doing? What's going on? What is the role in this?
Like, he gets up and he's like, he's a little impressed. I'm not even gonna lie. Because he was like, oh, wow. I don't know. The other girl was not as impressed. And I'm like,
as one would be in that situation.
Like, sorry about it. Sorry, sis. Sorry, babes. But then one thing led to another. Everything blew up after that.
And it wasn't just you, because while this is happening also, there was a fight outside. So
there was a fight outside.
That happened right after that.
People in our group
fighting outside. So we were like, oh.
And again, like I say, there was a whole bunch of people that we did not know. And so I was like,
at that moment, like, we got separated. I was doing my own thing, and she was after that doing her own thing. And I hear and sirens, and I'm like, oh shit, like, is someone fighting? What's going on? Yeah. I'm running. I'm like, Emely, what's going on? I'm running. And
and then it got worse.
A lot of stuff happened.
And then it got worse. And I threw up on somebody. But also because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you right now. Somebody was trying to hold me. And one thing, you can even ask her, like, I don't like when people touch me. I just get, like, really, I feel like it's disrespectful for you to put your hand anywhere near me. Like, not because I'm like, don't touch me, but it's like, I don't want to be touched. Like, don't do it.
But also, in that frame of mind, when you see red, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. When you see red and you're just like, go, go, go. When somebody touches you to restrain you, it's like, like, just
it's like,
fire.
It just like, blows up. And again, me saying I don't like being touched after I just kicked him in the chest. Like, girl, get over yourself. Make it make sense. It just doesn't. But no, especially, like, you're right. When you see red, you are not, nothing is going to calm you down but yourself.
Also, you're inebriated. Like,
I'm not inebriated. I'm on Henny. I don't know, like, that they should make that illegal. Because honestly, when I tell you, like, I can understand when people say, I see red. Like, me. Literally me. And somebody tried to hold me. And I'm screaming. I'm like, get me Vanessa! Because Vanessa is either going to handle this, because she's handled it in the past. Oh, we got to tell that story, too. Because she's handled it oh damn, I just remember that one. She's handled it in the past, or she's gonna calm me down and get me out of the situation. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I know that whatever I do is not gonna be okay. I just kick somebody in the chest, like, in the club. I was like, Gasolina's playing in the background. It's literally,
that's her song.
So somebody then comes over as I'm, like, screaming, and they grab me, and I don't really know this person that well at that point. I'm like, who the are you, and why are you in front of me? Like, so I was like, get off of me. Like, I don't understand how many times I was like, don't touch me. Why are you touching me? Go get Vanessa. Go get Rev. Go get anybody that is not you. I need you specifically to get out of my face. Yeah. Point blank period. Point blank period. And then because I exerted so much energy, I just went And I'll do it again.
Yeah.
And I'll do it again. The crazy because I did warn him though.
It was
I was
really cold too outside too.
Huh?
It was really cold.
It was cold.
Outside.
I didn't have a jacket. I was just wearing a catsuit. And I was like, but again, I did warn him. I was like, yo, for real, get your hands off of me. Like, don't touch me. Like, don't touch me. This is not gonna make it any better.
You're just aggravating me more.
You're getting me angrier by you like trying to restrain me when I was literally just screaming to get my best friend. Like, bag the up. But also, again, because I know that you will handle it or you'll calm me down. That's it. You have to know yourself. I was like, I have to use the assets that I have to better situate myself within this problem that I didn't only create, but is going on around us.
Also, by that time, you kind of calmed down enough to be like, okay, I know where I am. Like, the red is a little like fizzling out a little bit. Like, now I just want to like exit the situation. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't get. All of you, get away from me.
Exactly. And I did tell that story on my TikTok, and I told it very differently than the way that I'm telling it now. I think I told it like very right after it happened, or maybe not even like I waited like a month or two, and I was still like not angry, but like I have to admit to myself, like I was embarrassed. Like I wasn't embarrassed about kicking him in the chest. I will do that again, 110%. I genuinely thought that was funny, and I was very impressed with myself. I was like, I really am that girl. So was he. I was like, I really am that girl. I really can do it all. And I was embarrassed for others. I was like, you know what? I don't like acting like that. I don't like people seeing me like that. I don't like people getting a reaction out of me like that. Like, that's just not cute. I was, like 21 years old, which is still like too grown to be doing that. But you live and you learn. And the way that I told this, I think I did take that. No, I didn't take the story down because I honestly don't care.
But also being vulnerable here.
I do care.
But being vulnerable here, like, we've all had that moment. We're not perfect human beings. I think a lot of people can relate of being in that moment of weakness, of being just letting one emotion just overrun you completely.
Yeah. And at that point, I had a platform of thousands of people to listen to me. Then thousands, now millions.
Like, we're on our spiritual journey right now, but it's fun to look back at the people who we were. Right. And how we dealt with things, because it's not like that now, and that's great. Like,
you need those moments to learn not to do that.
Exactly. Like, how are you gonna know if it didn't happen? Right.
Because when was the last time that I bugged out like that? That night.
Mad long.
It's been that
night. Like,
that night was the last time that I've ever acted out like that. Like, I'm sure I've had little like tantrums, but never anything as explosive as that.
You figure out like what triggers you. Okay, maybe let me not do that, or let me not show up here. You know what I mean? Like. I feel like that needed to happen. It did. It needed to happen. It happened for a reason. And now we're here. We live and we learn. We grow. Like, it's just part of the human experience. And I feel like that's something, like, this is like a FaceTime call. Like, a lot of people could relate. And don't say, well, yeah, I would have done something. You weren't there.
That's the thing, too. It's, like, it's so difficult sometimes when you're sharing, like, when I told the story, everyone was like very much like, yeah, that's so funny, haha. I keep repeating this on the podcast, but like there are so many stories that early on, especially the first year, that I told that I was like, ooh, okay, you didn't have to tell it like that. It pissed a lot of people off. I mean, not a lot. I mean, it pissed the right people off, but like that never should be an objective. Like that should never, like the stories I tell now are not. They're more so of like, this is what happened and this is what it is and whatever. Like, it's just crazy things that happen, whether it's like I'm going out to eat and something crazy happens, but nothing like that. I feel like I wasn't ready to tell a story like that. I wasn't mature enough to tell a story like that. And especially like I can look back on it now and be like, damn, I call somebody a Cheeto Puff. Like, like that's crazy. How do you call people the thing too, it's like the girls eat it up though. The girls eat it up whenever I was like crustaceous cucumber. Like, what does that mean? What is that? And I still do that. Because it's funny, because whatever. But like,
it's the same reason why people like reality TV. Like, Bad Girls Club.
I am reality. Oh my god, I am Bad Girls Club.
You introduced me to Bad Girls Club.
I'm a Bad Girls Club.
People like to see messes. People like to see like. People fight in the drama, the tea of it all. People like seeing the tea of it all, and that's just it's entertainment. Like at the end of the day,
and even now when we like tell the story, it's like we tell it from like a funny like I can't even believe we did that. Like we were so
young and young.
We were young, not even that young. I was like, what? Yeah. No, that was
21, 20.
No, I think well, no, we were 21.
Yeah, 21.
We were 21.
21.
We were 21.
21. Mm-hmm.
We were 21. We were. So what? That was like almost 4 years ago now. Yeah, about to be. I'm about to be 25.
Not 4 years.
I'm about to be 25.
You're 24 though. Like, she loves to do this thing where she acts like she's a year older than she is. Like,
I am a year older than I am.
No, and then she says, "Hey guys, we're basically 30," and I'm like, "Can you
like,
not?
Guys,
like, we're not 30.
I'm like,
we're
guys,
not."
Every time it's my birthday, I'm like, guys, that's it. It's 30. We're here.
It's like, let's be in the present. That's where we differ. You're very future based, and I'm like, hey, like, let's just slow down a little bit. Let's enjoy it now.
We have so many differences than similarities, though, in every aspect of like how we deal with friends, how we view, like, not how we view life. I feel like we're very similar. Like, similar.
I think the important things, the core values, are very similar.
But
it's just the way we act upon things is very different.
Yeah, I'm 30. She's 19. So. Like, I mean,
who wouldn't want that?
I know. Yeah, I would just be jumping. But no, yeah, that was like, what, 3 years ago now? Yeah. And even within that time, I think shortly after, we then had another experience with Henny Black.
That summer was just crazy. It was a crazy little summer.
It was the first year that, like, I feel like every time when you turn 21, you start to, like, learn how to drink, I guess.
Yeah, and we were drinking.
And we were drinking. Drinking. And now we're more like...
21 was COVID summer, so that's another thing.
Oh, no.
Yes, because COVID
started when I was 21. COVID summer. It was COVID summer.
COVID summer is crazy.
COVID summer was something that I'm like, what were we doing? Like, because there was nothing to do. And, like, you really, at that point, it was COVID summer where we weren't on lockdown anymore. So we could go out, but, like, you have to go out with, like, the people that you know. Mm-hmm. It wasn't, like, anything crazy. It was very much like back in the day when nobody had phones and they had to be like,
we went to each other's houses.
Yeah, we went to each other's we went to each other's houses and we would just like buy bottles of tequila and be like, well, what are we gonna do except sit here? We would work out in the morning and then at night we would just all sit there and drink bottles of tequila and listen to music and have fun. And that's
when
like,
I had the pool up too. Went to the pool. We had movie nights. It was just it felt very much like of the old days, like you said, of like back when you were like, ooh, let's go to your house, like,
right. Like, oh, whose house are we going to today, like, kind of
less
thing.
On your phones and more of like, I feel like that's when our relationship, you know how like every couple of years you feel like your relationship grows and like we all just got closer
that definitely was like a moment, because even I think within that when I say like Vanessa handles things, like Vanessa very much like, I know the way that I will handle things sometimes and it's not always been the best. An example of that was within that same summer. I don't even remember what like I don't even remember what we were, I don't even know like the whole thing, but I know that we were somewhere and it was like a whole bunch of the only people that I really knew was like you and I guess like
one other person. The house that we were at.
Obviously I didn't show up to somebody's house. Like, can you imagine I just walked to someone's house? I'm like, the party's here. And showed up, of course, with a bottle of Honey Black. And we had a party before that.
We party hopped.
We party hopped.
Yeah.
We had 3 parties to go to that night.
We did.
We had 3 parties. We had to go to my friend Junior's party. I don't know if it was graduation.
We were on a schedule, honey.
We were on a schedule, hunty. Like, went Junior's house, then we had another party, then I had another party right after. So we were like very much like on a very tight schedule. And
it was like party, another party,
club, bus, and I don't even remember like how the conversation ended up happening. I was acting a fool.
It was had.
I was acting a fool.
Yeah, but the girl was acting a fool too.
Oh, you crazy. No, I don't even know. I think it was like something of like Zodiac signs got brought up or something. Yeah. And they were like, oh, are you a Gemini? No. Are you a Leo? No. Are you, what's the other one? I don't know. Like
she just named all of them.
She named all of the ones that like are notably the ones that are people are like I
the
hate
fire
them.
Signs.
I hate them. Like you know how people it's like there's like a certain few of Zodiacs that it's like I don't like Geminis and like they always get a bad rep. And no, we fuck with them. I really don't care. Like I'm not gonna not talk to you because you're a Gemini.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Make that make sense. Like I can't talk to you. You're a Gemini.
And I like astrology. I think it's really fun. Yeah, but not like
that I'm gonna
this group of people I'm never gonna talk to because you're
exactly.
Geminis, you know.
Right. So,
but this girl did it on purpose. Like, you know, when you're trying
it was very much like on purpose, and I was like, okay, damn. So then I'm very sarcastic, and sometimes that comes off as like rude, but I promise you, like I'm genuinely just like it's just a joke for me. Like that's my vernacular. Is that the right word? Okay, SATs.
It is for this one.
It is with this one. It's very like harsh. Like it's not. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's on my mind. Like especially at that moment, I'm unfiltered, for real, unfiltered. And I was like, no, I'm not any of those. I was like, but you're saying those because you're giving me all the bad signs because what did I say? Oh, I was like, you're giving me all the bad signs because you think that I'm messy, something like that. And then the girl responds with, no, I'm just saying it because I think you're a.
You're what? Okay. Even now it gets me mad. I was like, she's what? And that moment,
you saw oh my God,
bro,
the restraint.
In that moment, we both went.
We both went. What? I was like, and I promise you, because I really wasn't trying to act a fool. I wasn't trying to act a fool, like.
But the preface is, like, in our relationship, like, between both of us, like, you know, we're both. You're very the first one to defend and like she's a defender and she will tell you how it is and love that. We both tell somebody how it is.
Yeah.
But I won't ever, like, let's say fight someone unless you fuck with mine. Don't do it too. Don't do it because I will.
That's a thing too, because then I looked and I was like, all right.
I remember you going like this, like you were like.
I for real had to have like a husa.
You said, God, you here?
Cuidado, okay. It's everything is gonna again. I think recently I just kicked him in the chest, and I was like, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to be known as this person that just explodes and like, cause you don't like being around those type of people. Like it's not fun. So I really tried to like restrain myself, and I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. But that was crazy disrespectful. Like that was crazy disrespectful. And maybe she has the same way of like having a harsh tone, and like that's funny for her. But the room went silent.
Funny. It wasn't funny.
The room went silent, and I was like, "Oh," and I literally just had to like close my eyes, deep breath, and I was like, "Okay." Then Vanessa was like, "I'm not doing that. I'm not doing."
She could be who's why. I don't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't like. She's like, "That's her.
That's her. That's your journey. Respect it." And
right.
I know that you can handle your own. More than you can handle your own. I can handle my own. We can both do it, but I don't like that. So I was like, "What did you say?" Silence. I said, what did you say? Nothing. And then she's like, oh, no, I have to go somewhere. I think she like left the room. And I literally.
Or something like that.
Yeah, but I went after her and I was like, let's call her.
She was chasing her down.
I was chasing her. I went up, but I was like, hello?
Hello?
Come back here. What was it that you had to say with your chest?
Right.
I literally went up to the stairs to go find her. She fucking escaped because I really was
literally,
at work.
Vanessa's in an escape room and she has to look for like.
I'm running to get her. I'm like. No,
That's
but
so
if you were
silly.
so bold to say that in front of people and you know what you knew what you were saying,
you know what you were doing,
then say it against my face because I'm asking you, what did you say? Repeat that again. Didn't want to repeat it. I said, okay, I'm going after you. And then her boyfriend comes in.
I forgot about this. I completely forgot about. Oh my God.
I'm like, oh, like
I don't say anything. I'm literally sitting there. I wasn't going to.
So her boyfriend comes in.
I sent you like a telepathic message, and I was like,
I received it. I said not today. So her boyfriend comes in, and I remember exactly what I said. And wait, I don't. Just to preface, like,
I'm sorry.
I don't call women like.
I don't call women. Listen, it was a very different era.
All bets are off because.
But she was seeing red at this point.
And I was like, looked at her boyfriend. I said, "Where's your girl?" I said, "Control your or I will." I looked that man in the face, or I will. Go get her. Control her. Get her.
Stupid.
Check her because I will. Looked at. He's like, oh, I said, I. And then I turned around.
Then she's like, okay, and then leaves. And then no, at that moment, that's when I was like, Vanessa, I think we should pack our stuff and we should head out. And like honestly, but that I don't know where she went. She just dissipated into the wind. But yeah, no, that again, like there's moments of just like, which is so funny because I like completely forgot that happened. I don't know. I think in just like that was so. I don't even know when that was. That was so long ago. But like. I completely forgot that happened, and it's so funny to like relive it. And again, now that we can like talk about it now, it's just like so funny because it's like I really can't believe it was like two menaces, and we pulled up crazy. We did pull up crazy. Like we were dead wrong for that.
Hey y'all.
I was like, hey y'all, Henny Black. I was like, it's time. Who's ready? And it was with the sparkler and everything.
And it wasn't the vibe. Like they weren't at the same vibe as us. So it was a little like,
nah, we pulled up wrong.
Are we reading the room right?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I'm reading the room right.
It was a little weird.
It was really our fault though. Like we did. I gotta take accountability. Like
it was, but that moment wasn't our fault.
No, in that moment, no, it wasn't my fault.
I don't. To this day, I don't give.
Oh my god! I get scared whenever I talk about like. Not even scared. I just don't.
You do it too, though. I'm very defensive of my friends, and especially this one. You know the vibes. Like, no.
Yeah, and I also was just like. That's her tea to spill. That's her tea to spill. For me, I was just like, yo. After that, I was like, yo, let's just get out of here. I was
like, proud of you. You really did like hold that in, and I saw you. No, actually, girl, that's when it started. Like that's when it started. Of like, I saw you. You like restrained that anger, and you could have exploded. You could have done a lot of things, but you didn't. You said, "Let me breathe," and you were breathing, girl. You said,
"Yeah, I was breathing."
The forces within me.
No, because in all honesty, like I pulled up wrong. I just pulled up to the situation wrong. Like I was just wrong. Like there was nothing about that nothing about that I left that. I never should leave a situation feeling bad. Like I don't like that. And like I already knew that. I was like, this isn't. That was a messy time in my life, and like it's glad I learned now, and like I learned like that I'll never again. The last times I've ever acted out like that has been in that era, in that summer.
It was a COVID summer.
And listen, the world was on lockdown. The world was on
stop. And
the world was on stop, and I was on go. I was like, going full blast on things. Yeah. But nah, I think it's also just so because we have so many freaking different stories. I completely forgot that happened. Yeah. And I was like, I feel like I blocked that out of my life. I was just like, damn. Yeah. While we were sitting here is when I remembered it, and I'm like, damn, that is crazy. It is crazy. But no, we've had like so many different like situations. We've even gotten into fights.
Yeah, I feel like we like get in a fight like once a year.
Yeah, not be all fun fight. Like it is what it is.
But you need that. You need the confrontation to know like boundaries wise of like, okay, like I know this ticks you off. Is what I get ticked off about, and I'm thankful for that because we always come out stronger.
Right.
Yeah, now we're here.
And you learn. And that's how you learn. That's what growing up is. Going through, like, those growing pains of, like, oh, I should have done that. But, we're wrapping it up. But, yeah, it's just, I don't take those moments back. I can't. Because if I didn't, I would probably be doing it at this big age. Yeah. Like, I'm about to be 25.
That was core memories. And
it is.
It really is.
Even though that core, I don't remember that one. Kicking in the chest, I do remember that one very vividly. I felt that in my core still to this day. But, I don't know. I'm excited to... I feel like this was so much fun to have you on. I completely forgot that there's like cameras and lighting.
I was looking at her.
I was like, and there's a microphone here. Like, this was so fun to kind of give you guys a little inside scoop of not only the stories, but like the people that were there with me and like that know me to my core, that have known me for so long, and have experienced these things with me. And this was just fun. And I'm excited to start like, I'm going to bring a lot more of my friends on here if they're willing.
They are.
They are. They're waiting to be in the stew.
They really are.
They're waiting to be in the stew. But so we can just talk about like different crazy experiences that all of you guys may be familiar of, but you may not get to see. Like, imagine like now you got my point of view of somebody that was in it. Now you get the point of view of a bystander that was right there. And I feel like that makes it so much more interesting. So I'm excited. I hope you had fun.
I had so much fun. Thank you so much for inviting me here. Honored and blessed.
You're very welcome. It would never happen. No, I'm kidding. No, thank you so much for being on. Like I know you had to take time out of your day to do this, so I'm very appreciative. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys want to hear about more in the comments. You guys know how it is.
Like, subscribe, all of it.
Turn the post
notifications on. The best podcast.
Comment, the best podcast in the world.
Ever.
Oh my God.
It is. It's so entertaining. I watch everyone.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. But yeah. Thank you guys so much. That's pretty much it for today's episode. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. I'll see you guys again next week. But I'm going to see you though. But like I say, thank you again. Like, comment, subscribe, do it. Follow Vanessa.
Do the thing.
Description will be under there. But I'm going to see you though.
Bye.
Bye.